hear from Minister Mckenzie, the co-chair of the committee that has been established by the Prime Minister. And he looks so handsome today. Good morning, Minister.
Morning, Minister. Morning, Minister Vaz. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to start off commenting on the aspect of the shelters and to just also speak quickly to the fact that in the daily newspapers and in the media, specific reference has been made to a number of shelters, especially in Westmoreland, about the lack of basic needs, supplies, and lack of security. I just want to give the country the assurance that all the shelters that was outlined by the new Director General of HandSum is fully equipped, not just with food supplies, but with adequate security, water. I must point out that one of the problems we are experiencing at the shelters that during the days, a lot of people go to the shelters. They don't actually stay at the shelters, but they go to the shelters during the day. So when one go there, they find this huge crowd. It is not because the shelters is overcrowded. We have been working closely with the HandSum and the municipal corporations to ensure that all the shelters have the requisite needs as we get down into the thing. The numbers have reduced. Next week, we'll be putting some 300 workers of the HandSum employment program to go into the affected areas to do an actual count of the numbers of persons in the shelters. And once that is done, we will take a determination how many shelters will be closing down or how many shelters must remain in operation. So I want again to dismiss the mischief that is being made, that the government is not doing anything about the shelters. It is not true. There was a big story about a rape case in Montego Bay following detailed investigation. In this room last week, the question was asked of the Prime Minister. There is no truth to any such story, and I want to put that to rest. The other area that I want to touch on is the backlog of garbage collections and the debris as an effect of the hurricane. I had announced the National Cleanup Campaign, which I will speak to next week, not this week. But just to say that the National Solid Waste Management Authority have been engaging more trucks, more contractors. They have been working 24 hours around the clock in the affected areas of garbage collection. I am urging the country to be more considerate. You know, we are disposing of the waste. A lot of people now is doing spring cleaning. It's coming now to Christmas. So it's not only debris from Melissa we're seeing, whole fridge mattresses, everybody throwing them out now. And it is going to be taking some time. I can only say to the country, and Mr. Gordon have said so, we are asking for some patience, some level of consideration. They are working, and I also want to make the point that based on the number of trucks going to our landfills, it is difficult for a truck to make 2 trips a day. The lines are extremely long. So we are urging patience as we continue to improve on that area. On the weekend, I was in Falmouth. And I must tell you that The issues in Falmouth are real. The municipal corporation have commenced work yesterday to clean up the market so that the vendors, and I notice a lot of commercial activities in Falmouth, which is very good, despite the fact that they have no electricity there, but a lot of Jamaicans have risen to the occasion and has find means and ways of having commercial activities taking place in Falmouth. And so the instruction have been given to the municipal corporation to commence a comprehensive cleanup of the town of Falmouth. They have started, and since yesterday they have started to clean out the Falmouth market. And once that is done, the vendors who are on the streets will be allowed to go in using the car park of the market to ply their trade. And I want to make this point. There has been no increase in fees for any services offered by the municipal corporation by me as minister. No such authorization has been given. So there is no increase in market fees. None of the services that is offered by the municipal corporation have seen any increase in fees. As a matter of fact, the vendors in Falmouth will be allowed to occupy the market without paying any market fees at this time. So I want to make it clear that we are not in the mood of increasing fees. So anybody who goes to the market and is asked to pay a market fee is an AI, not me. It's not real. And I want to make that point because it is very, very important, and I don't want people to exploit the situation. The government has not authorized any increase in any of the services for fees charged by the municipal corporation. The purpose of the exercise of the YSEP workers, as I said before, is to collect the data to give ourselves a better opportunity to do the assessment that is needed. The ADPEM, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, and the local authorities have a vested interest in ensuring that the numbers of persons that we are providing for are the genuine people that really needs the relief supplies. Once we would have concluded that, we'll be moving to another stage, working again collectively across government to start to do the assessment on damage that has been done to homes and properties across the country. Some of that have already started by the Ministry of Labour, working with ADPEM and the municipal corporations, but in the parishes that have been affected mostly, those assessments has not commenced as yet because of the real concerns in those areas. Final point I want to touch is St. James, Montego Bay. I will be meeting shortly with all the mayors from across the country to look at the state of local government and its resources. I want to say to the country that the local authorities have been severely hampered by Melissa's passage through Jamaica. When I saw the infirmary in Falmouth, tears came to my eyes. There is no way that that infirmary can go back to that location. And I'm going to be engaging Minister Grange because Falmouth is protected under the National Heritage Trust and a lot of the buildings in Falmouth. But we have to come to the realization that Melissa has given us a different light on how we operate. The fire station was devastated by Melissa. And so, in terms of going forward, those discussions have to commence because we cannot. I spoke with Minister Tufton yesterday. Adjacent to the shelter is a facility that houses social cases in the hospitals. Over 50 of those patients have to be removed. They cannot go back to that location. So I am urging persons, those who have relatives who you can afford to take, please to take them, because it is just not possible to house people in those facilities. One of the infirmaries operating from a school. And we are now looking to use the same approach to the field hospital as a means of relocating that infirmary when the time comes. I want to echo Minister Vaz's sentiments by saying that the government is working. There's no denying that we are doing the right things, we are listening. There are a lot of Jamaicans out there who was joining, but the country must understand that this is going to take time, going to take effort. It is going to take cooperation. And the last thing I want to say, I have to be controversial. We don't need the politics into the relief supply program.